Greetings interweb, and welcome back my fellow guardians. In today's video, we're taking a look at Destiny's weekly updates, which includes level 33 Crota's End hard mode, Crota's End raid changes, and no more stinking rotten cheese. Without further ado, let's jump right into this. Bungie's weekly update covers some very interesting topics, some of which will be sad to hear. First on the cards, level 33, Crota's End hard mode. So when can we expect this? According to Bungie, hard mode for Crota's End is going through its final stages of development. It's almost ready. As soon as we have concrete date to share, we will set it in stone so you can all assemble your crew for the first run. Also, you can find the time to tune into the stream and viciously witness the madness and make note of some new necessary strategy updates. Bungie carries on by saying, we're not going to spoil any hard mode surprises here. You'll need to learn a new trick or two, but given your past performances, we're pretty sure plenty of you will find a way to come out on top and earn some shiny new trophies to take with you on your next adventure. So by the sound of things, if I'm not mistaken, Crota's End hard mode is going to be more difficult and tricky. I can't effing wait. But in the meantime, Bungie's prepared a few patches that will drop on Tuesday the 13th, so stand by. These patches include the existing pit treasure chest will be moved to Killing Youth, the Death Singer. She has a chance of dropping exotic weapons and gear, class pieces and radiant materials. Fucking radiant materials, that's all I seem to get in these raids nowadays. Said chest will now contain radiant materials only. More bastard radiant materials. LOL. So my friends, instead of getting exotics from this chest like you used to, you'll just get radiant materials. So to stand the chance of getting anything better, you'll have to take a fat dump on the Death Singer's face, followed by a little cheeky teabag. And in other patch updates, there's going to be a fix to the rare case where the Shriekers will not spawn, preventing players from reaching the Death Singer. Which brings us on to our next patch, the bridge encounter. Players will now be required to cross the bridge in order to complete the bridge encounter, and you will now also be required to wait for the bridge to be fully completed prior to crossing with the sword. And finally, in the Crota's End raid updates, Crota's Encounter. Two sword bearers will no longer spawn at the same time at the outset of the encounter. Also bug fixes that will now prevent players from removing the presence of Crota using the Warlock's Radiance Fireborn ability. Also changes will be made to the Oversoul appearing destroyed to some players in the fire team when it is still actually active. And now the biggest patch of all, no more fucking cheesing. Yes my fellow guardians, Crota will now recover from his kneeling state after a player has disconnected. So if you haven't cheesed the Crota's End raid yet, gather your fire team together, take a big fat bite out of that massive warm cheese. You have until Tuesday January 13th to do so. And that is a wrap on the patch notes. All in all, it seems that Bungie has kept their eyes and ears to the streets and are putting a stop to the little flaws in the game. Would it make the raid more difficult? Yes it will, but in my opinion, it's a step in the right direction, as level 32 hardcore guardians will achieve a more fulfilling sense of satisfaction after beating Crota's End. After all, the Crota's End raid is meant to be tough. The only questionable factor in my mind is, would the loot drop be more rewarding? Well, I guess we'll find out. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. If you'd like to see the full patch notes, I've left a link in the description. And if you enjoyed this little update, please leave a cheeky thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe for future Destiny updates and gameplay. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.